Let's have a look at the flight plan side of things. So if I bring that up. So we are EGNT. We're flying to EIDW, so we're going to go Newcastle over to Dublin today. That's the first flight. Expected flight time 1 hour and 10, so quite a short hop really. We're going to be chucking our way down through the UK and France and going down that way and then down to the Med later. You can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. That's very true. Are we saying that we should roll pups in glitter? Will that make him smarter? We could try it. Yeah, but Pups, Alex isn't around later. He's not going to be around to shoot things. You know, he's got IRL stuff that he wants to do instead of play with us. Network 17. Thanks for 46. Well, exactly. We're not good enough. That's exactly it. That's the routing today, which is Nat's approved. So we're just chucking it across. I think there's if I remember, there's an approach here where you have to sort of double back on yourself, I think. You're not there to carry it. Well, you didn't have to carry me. Just saying. I wasn't the one that needed carrying. Generate flight. Yeah. Okay, print. Not yet, Joseph. Not yet. Right, let me import that into Volanta. So we got that set up. Okay, Volanta now knows about it. So let's see what we're looking at here. 5.4 tons of fuel. 07 departure. That's interesting. Let me just check the METAR over there. Okay. 07 departure it is. 7 knot wind. Slight crosswind. And then we can expect 28 left into Dublin. I am not Aeroskip. I am not. Just chilling out. Cruise altitude. That's interesting. That's interesting. 1 second. The flight plan in Volanta that it pulled through from Simbrief is quoting a cruise altitude of 23,000 feet. And yet when I'm looking at this is slaying flight level 280. So how does that work? This is definitely 28,000 feet. Yeah, I don't know, Alex, but in Volanta it's saying 23,000, so that's just deeply confusing. How has it managed to pull through? End flight, let me re-add it. Start a new flight. Add flight. Import. AIH 89, definitely got the right flight. 23,000 feet. You had an old one lose and indeed got to 282. What does your Volanta say? My Volanta says 23,000, but it clearly says 280 here. Definitely 280. What is it saying? Right at the top. So right at the top it says cruise altitude, and above that it says 23,000 feet. Right at the top of the map settings, at the flight briefing. Look at this. I'll show you a screenshot. I am not enhanced. Yeah, look at that. That's what it shows at the top of Volanta. Complete and utter nonsense. I think it is confused. That's what I'm saying. I think... Really, Alex? I've loaded it in twice and it still says 23,000. Oh, well. That's bizarre. Let's see what it says when it gets pulled into here. Departure. Well, that ties up with what we just looked on the meta. That's fine. Right, start loading. I don't think Pups has had a kebab for a while, to be honest. It's NT to DW. That looks okay to me. Put in 280. Nav accuracy upgrade. Nav accuracy upgrade. What's that saying? Davs, thank you for 30 months. Network 17, thank you for 46. Sounds like something's not right here. Well, the navs are lined up. Weird. What does that message mean, I wonder? Oh, sorry. I've cleared it now. Anyway, so, flight plan, let's do this. Where are we departing? We're departing out of 07 on the Girly 1 Tango departure. There you go, Girly 1 Tango. Lovely. That looks fine to me. Got no discos. That's
Get
all.
to the chopper!
Top Gun Maverick is awesome movie to go see, epically with the snippets from the original movie, and wasn't expecting Iceman to be an admiral.
Whoa,
As I
spoilers!
went to see it on the night it was released and going again to see it tonight with a few friends.
Lovely, Dave. Thanks for the spoiler, mate. Appreciated that a lot. Some people haven't seen it, funnily enough, Dave. I'm being one of them. Oh, it's really good. When Dumbledore died, I couldn't believe it happened. I think you should go and see it. Thanks. Like, seriously, Dave? Yes, he did. Dumbledore died. That film's nearly 20 years old, so, you know. You're going to go watch the cinema but you've got a cold? What kind of excuse is that? Right, we've done any of that stuff. Let's have a look at the departure. EGNC dry today, flaps config, 1 plus F, force token no, packs will be on. Sync that. Preliminary plus 1 turn will be fine. Calculate. 34, 40 and 40. 0.3 down, interesting. 34, 40, 40, 63. Flaps 1. You've not been to the cinema since the 90s? Blimey. Cinemas are way better than they used to be. Like, they give you good leg room, they have comfortable seats, the sound system's ace, like, they're just completely different now. Nicely air conditioned. Lone Star, thank you for 11 months. Good morning. Let's put the flight plan page up there. We just need to do the fuel, weight and balance stuff. How are we getting on? Boarding 98. Right, while we wait for that, let's load some charts into the tablet. Ground charts. Get that, we'll get that, we'll get... Girly 1 Tango. Let's look at this. Okay, so according to this, we can basically push back, taxi down to Alpha 1. I'll wait for Alex, or if he's in front of me, I'll go behind and then we'll take off out of that. 07. Climbing right departure if I remember. Girly flight. You're going to be at 8,000 by Girly. Look at that. Transition altitude is 6,000. Alex will probably get lost. Nah, he'd be fine. You're not going to bother with that constraint. Your plane will bother with that constraint, Alex, unless you go open. Boarding complete. All right then. Jetway's pulling away. Let's check what it says now. And mass and balance 56.6 and 30.8. Block fuel 5.5 tons. Okay. Should we have a look at the checklist? Might as well. Pre-start, parking brake, set. Chocks. The chock's been removed. Ground services, have a look. No, but the problem with this is if I now remove chocks, pretty sure I'll lose ground power. So the problem with this order is it's not quite going to work for us. Oh, did you see my new thrust levers, guys? I forgot to show you this. Camera there. I swapped out my thrust levers, so I no longer have the GA set. I have got the Boeing set somewhere. I forgot, misplaced it. But I've got the Airbus throttles, so I've got the proper reversers here, which actually work. And then I've got the flap lever, which works, and the spoiler lever, which works. The only thing you can't do, you can't pull the spoiler to arm it. You can't pull it, because if you pull it, it just comes off, which isn't terribly helpful. So I think they missed a little trick there. But other than that, it works pretty well. So yeah, thrust levers are idle anyway. Engine masters are in off position. Generator switches. External power is on. Nav, panel brightness, nav lights is in the on position. Landing gear lever is definitely down. Flaps are definitely up. Spoiler is retracted. Fasten seatbelt sign goes to on. Check the fuel quantity. No smoking signs are in auto, I think. In auto or on, can't tell. Auto, there you go. De-ice, don't need to bother with. Transponder set to standby, it says. Put that on. No, it's on standby. Was on standby. Beacon lights to on. That's not right. You wouldn't put your beacon light on yet. Beyond Simulation uses a mod for the arm spoiler lift on his Bravo. A mod? How does that work? How do you mod this? Departure briefing, doors closed. Did someone say bacon? Let's get the APU up and then we can remove the chocks and stuff.
What? Dumbledore is dead? Oh well, have you seen the latest Crappy Potter spin-off, Secrets of Dumbledore? Oh, and as for your location, you are at an airport on a stand loading up at a gate with lovely, lovely passengers.
You've clearly not been to Newcastle, Dave. What am I after? APU, that's what I'm after. Peter Kerr, thank you for 81 months. Is Cup of Tea on the checklist? No, but it should be. There's a version 5 for this. I reckon it's got the Cup of Tea on it. Right, power is available. We'll disconnect the external power, which means we should be able to go down here now. Get rid of all of this stuff. We'll put the APU bleed on. He brought a new arm with the Bravo that is 3D printed. The lift mechanism works as a micro switch. Dude, why is that not on this? Why is that not on this? That's insane. This should already, it should have something on it automatically. I mean, on the edge of this connector here, right? On the edge of that connector, it has 2 contact points, right? So it can clearly take a switch from here. Because if you put the throttle on that pin, you can press the throttle button and it will go through that signal. But on the bottom of this, it has nothing. It doesn't use it. Talk about missed opportunities. Thank you, D-Storm. Yes, indeed. Cup of tea would be good. Right, APU started. Gen's on. Check the voltage. Yeah. Bus levers are idle. Fuel pump switches go to on. This checklist hype. Is everything closed and locked? It looks like it is. Let's make it enough. Mode selector to ignition. Beacon light comes on. Shubham, thank you for 1.5 years. Yeah, I do. It's actually not on the checklist to uncage this. It's just a standard game or the new DLC thing I've seen people buying. It's an aircraft that you can buy. Not from the store, though. You have to buy it from the website. Where are we going today? If you have a look at the top of your screen, now it tells you. Okay. Check generator switch going on. Looks like the checklist says that you should put the generator switch to off and then start the engine and then turn the gen switch on, even though the Airbus will do it automatically. No, they don't get cranky if you don't go to the store. They're not going to put it on the store either, I don't think, ever, because it contains an executable that you have to run, which they're not going to ship that in a Microsoft store. No way. Right, 2 clean engine starts. Back to normal. Up to the overhead. APU bleed can come off. That can come off. Probe heats window to auto, heading indicators, altimeters, etc. We've set the barrow. Radios and avionics for departure, don't worry about that. Autopilot, set but don't activate. Set but don't activate. Not sure what that means exactly. Flight directors are on. Auto brake goes to max. Elevator trim set for takeoff, so that should be on. Go to the flight control page, 0.3 down. That's where it should be. And then quick flight control check, make sure we can definitely operate this. The audio is very low. I turned it down just so it's not too noisy. Okay, takeoff config. Definitely chucking error for now. Right, I'm ready to push back, Alex. I don't know about you. Taxi checklist. Taxi lights go on. Check that in a sec. No, you're not. You turned off the APU. What? Let's go to ground services. Connect tug. No, I didn't run the whole taxi checklist. I was just having a quick look at it. I turned on the taxi light, that's all I did. Out of that taxi checklist, the only thing I did was put the taxi light on. So if you look at the bottom of the startup checklist, it says APU off, Alex. That's why I turned off my APU, because at the bottom of the startup checklist, it says turn off the APU. Then mode select to normal. That's what I did. It had nothing to do with taxi. Yeah, I think so, Jetro. I think you're deeply confused, Alex. I already started my engines before I push back. That's. Look at your wheels. You're doing a wheelie, bro. What's going on? I started my engines in the stand like a pro, Alex. Why does this thing stop pushing? Did I tell you to stop pushing, sir? No, I did not. Why are you not pushing me back? What the heck? Okay. You do your own thing. Ignore me. I'm not the captain. I don't tell you what to do, obviously. Wow. Was he paid by the yard or something? What's going on here? Flippin' heck. I might put my landing lights on his face, never mind the taxi light. Right, takeoff config. Should be good. Okay, no blue. We're good. Taxi lights are on. Have data. Okay. Camera set. Right, Alex, do you want me to just wait at A1 while you do your pushback and start? Hey Dave, how you doing? Alpha 4, right, so Alpha 3's over there. Hey gents. Alpha 3. Right, Alex has pushed back, so we'll, before takeoff, check the parking brake set, flight instruments, engine instruments are good, takeoff data is all punched in. Let's get the old landing lights. Strobe lights, pitot heat, fine. Transponder. TARA. Okay. Is that too loud, too quiet? Right, 07. I'll take off, Alex, because we need a little bit of spacing anyway. Okay, start the chrono. It's 40%. Press set. It's 100 knots. It's V1. Gears coming up. Fine power set. Right, above slat seat, flaps coming up. And we'll engage the autopilot. Do the takeoff checklist. Climb out thrust levers. AP's engaged. I'll do tax light in a minute. It's quite a nice view. Infernal, thank you for 37 months. Transition altitude, standard on both sides. Turn off the taxi light. What the heck? I think it's very confused about the off position. If I flick this down, it does that. Like, okay. I'd say I'm not going to win that fight. Right, I think we'll hit a constraint of 8,000 shortly. I think we've got an 8,000 constraints at Gurley and then we'll be climbing out. Yeah, my transponder is on, but I didn't put a number in. Hang on, let me put a number in for you. 1337. There you go, Alex. Can you see it now? It's definitely on. It's on TARA. It's on auto. still can't see me want your sim limitation. Guess. Quite a few stands. Haven't even worked out the arrival yet. Bagzo 2 X-ray was the recommendation. Bagzo. Where's 2X? Right, there it is. I'll have a look at that in a sec. By Jokesy, thanks for 45 months. I don't know, Ryan's. Not sure if I want random failures, if I'm honest. The trouble with random failures is you have to then learn what to do. So you need to look at like the procedure that follows the failure. Are you watching the 24 NBA race tonight? No. At some point, Ryan, I'll probably have a look at them, just to, you know, have like an engine failure and see what you can do. Interesting. Well, yeah, I don't know, Alex, like, it was enunciated here, 280, but I had to push it in for it to actually accept that. Which is kind of, yeah, it's not the way the Boeing works. That's why it was fighting me. It tied the taxi lights to the landing lights. So if the landing lights are up, it pushes the taxi light up, and then if you try to turn the taxi light off, it won't. And so you've also got the landing light off, which is just weird. Game or is there mods and DLC? For what, Franzu? This plane is a DLC mod. Well, it's not made by Microsoft. So you buy the plane, drop it into your sim, and off you go. Oh, trust me. If you get into Flight Sim, your wallet will never stop hurting. Without a doubt. Last weekend, I spent £120 on airport scenery for you guys. No, I don't agree with that, Rob M. iRacing, once you bought the cars and tracks, you're good. You just pay your monthly sub and that's that. Which airport scenery would recommend? Well, that was Newcastle. That was pretty decent. The Glasgow one's nice. We're going to go later on today to Paris Orly, which is another purchased one. After Dublin, we're going to go down to Southampton, which is a purchased one. So you will get to see them. Yeah, I think that was Orbex Newcastle. A few of the ones we're running today are Orbex. Gibraltar, we're going to go to Gibraltar later, maybe tomorrow, but that'll be default. Let's have a look at this. Three 60 at 7 knots. Okay. Fun. So 8 left on the bank zone to X-ray arrival is what we had planned. Oh, we can do wireless. Interesting. So 8 left. Bank zone to X-ray arrival. My bad, I should have put this one into blend mode. Okay, that looks reasonable. Youngstar, thank you for 68 months. When does cabin service come around? It should already be coming around. It's a self-serve cabin service today, though. I should warn you. So we're coming in presumably from Nimat. Actually, which way do we go? Nimat, Colgaz, Lapmo. Is that how it runs? There's Bagzo. Oh, I see. So we're coming in via Bagzo. Can't be above flight level 100. Then we go Keraf, is it? Then Kogat? No. Adsis and then Keraf and then Kogan. Why does this feel like the wrong chart? Bagso to X-ray. Thank you, Cos. There's Bagzo. Adsis. There's Kerav. And then it goes to Kerav, then it goes to Kogex, then Lapmo. Flight level 80 Kogex. Which is programmed in, that's fine. Then it wants a decel, and then it predicts Lapmo at 3,600. Well, Lapmo you have to be above 3,000, that's fine. So it's recommending Lapmo at 3,000, down to max dev at 2.5, max dev, sorry, for the intercept, which it's got 2.5. So that's okay. Seven, 8, 9, 8. So 9, 8 for the reciprocal. Yeah, so just before max ev, we need to be flaps 2. That's okay.
An adorable little red squirrel bringing the Nut family to a holiday place.
Lol. Thank you, Valencia. Let's see, 59.6, 60.1. Dry, 2/8 left. Reverses, low brake. Looks good. Full flaps. Say the metal was down there. 1028. That wind's turned around a bit as well. It's not quite favouring 28 left anymore, I don't think. (1029) 3607 knots. Box 360 at 7 knots. What was the temperature? 15 Celsius, broken at 3200. Nah, you don't need to donate, Zach. It's all good, mate. Just enjoy the stream. So 2,500 will be our intercept. Missed approach time straight ahead, maximum 3,000 feet to Gannet, then turn right. Max 220 knots. Join the radial 278 for dub. Okay. IDW should be programmed in 278 degrees. IDW's in there, dub's in there as well. So we could, in theory, do a radial out of dub, 278. Then there you go. So if we have to go mist, we basically make a right turn, max 220 knots, and turn into that radial line. That's what we do. Right, we're at the halfway point. So that should be Liverpool, I think, approximately back down there. Exactly where we are. Let's have a look in Valenta. Okay, Valenta just hung. Crowd, thanks for gifting a sub to Tumid. 13 months, thank you. Yeah, my Valenta just decided to die when I zoomed in. There he goes. Range error. Maximum call stack size exceeded. JavaScript error in Valenta. Nice. Maybe I zoomed in too much. Stray Bingo, thank you for subbing. Jonas, thank you for 26. So is Valenta just not going to track my flight now? Looks like I need to kill it. That's really nice of it, thank you. Yeah, but I want Valenta to track my flight, you know, so it's actually quite annoying. Kill. There's like 3 Valenta tasks running. There you go.
Is Pups stalling your PC?
There you go. Hopefully it's continued to track. I don't know, Valencia. I don't know if he's here, to be honest. I'm not sure what shift is on. Right, we're coming up for top of descent in 5 nautical. start commanding a descent. Let's have a look at the checklist. Cruise checklist. There's no descent checklist. There's a climb out checklist, a cruise checklist, but there's no descent checklist. Yeah, so that was Liverpool back there.
Who ate
that
the
wing.
descent checklist?
I don't know. I don't understand why there isn't a checklist for descent. Yeah, that is... This bit here, either that's Liverpool and that's Wales, or that's Liverpool and that's Wales. I can't quite work out because of the cloud layer. But effectively that's the coast of Wales over there. And Liverpool, I think, is here off the back. Looking at this. So Chester would be there. Lol, Alex. The amount of times I've done that, man. Oh, God. It's so... Like, the thing is with the Boeing is you can just set the altitude and it'll go down when it's ready. But with the Airbus, if you're not there for it, if you're doing something else, been caught out by it. Yeah, I've got an excuse though, gents. Trucker Pat, thank you for almost 2 years. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Yeah, I know. I agree with you, Alex. It's one of those decisions that they made that you just think, really? Like, if I've already set what I want to go down to, go with it. Is that a mod? There's an app that you can get, Quantum, that overlays the information into OBS for you. Don't know, Airbus doesn't really do that, does it? Consciously descending sounds like a good idea. Well, if you want to, you could do it that way by not changing the altitude in the Airbus. Just leave it on your cruise, and then you have to physically turn it and tell it to descend. But what if you say to the Airbus, "I want to go down to this altitude when we're at top of descent"? So you dial it in, and then it does it on its own. And if you don't want it to do that, you don't dial it in. How does the aircraft know it's a missed approach? Because it detects that you don't land and that you basically punch the throttles and climb out. Like, the aircraft detects you doing this into the runway that you said you're going into, and then suddenly you start doing that. It goes, you've gone missed. So it automatically works it out. 14,000. What does that mean? Switching panel. Does anybody know what that means? Switch HG panel. Or switch G panel. The dials of the LCD one of the switches is turned. You mean these? Oh, you mean these? I tell you what that is like when you go to zoom like this, sometimes if you accidentally have the mouse just here, you go to zoom in, you do this. That's what happens. It's one of those things that doesn't happen in real life, but can easily happen in the sim. It's alright, Alex. I had to explain to an airline that's now closed that I started my engines at the gate. Should be able to see landfall. It's just a bit cloudy. Should appear on that. Arrival soon. It is live weather, yeah. So it seems like it's quite clear over the Irish Sea, but then when you get over to Dublin or Ireland, it's a bit cloudy. Got a few clouds at 2600, scattered at 3200, broken at 3800. So there's a bit of a stack going on all the way down to 2600, which is why we can't see very much. Top of the screen, Alex, top of the screen. Get a little progress bar there. I don't know how far behind he is, Boston. He overshot his descent. So So we probably whacked the spoilers out. And who knows where he is. So we have a bank cell restriction of flight level 100. Which have gone through. How's the flight going? It's going okay so far. There's Ireland. So we should be doing a left and then a right turn and then lining up straight in. There's our mist. Seatbelt signs are on, radios have been set. Speed established 210 knots for approach. Landing lights. Taxi lights, ground spoilers, we can arm them now. Right, so now we'll make our straight run to Latmo. We have to be above 3,000 at Latmo. I think that was punched in. Yeah, it's fine. Way more cloudy over the Netherlands. Well, we'll kind of be going over it later. After this, we're heading to the south coast of England. And then we'll be going down towards, I think it's Paris after that. Atlanta's a bit delayed, fair enough. T-Rex, thank you, 42. Not sure, Loopy. I bought Paris Orly Airport, so we're going to go there, but I don't know what route we're going to go in, and I don't know where the stadium is. So I've actually no idea. flaps one out now. Lights are on, ground balls armed, flaps 1 has been set. $210 knots, that's fine. It's so cloudy. Can't see a thing. Still on standard. I think the transition's 5,000. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you stupid thing. There we go. 1028. We shall now arm the approach. Hi, how you doing? Kronakian, thank you for 64 months. Spook, thank you for 8.